Hey everyone, my name is Yoshi and welcome to a quick little tutorial teaching you how to set up the practice codes for Super Mario Sunshine speedrunning. It's pretty easy, but I have gotten a few questions about it since I started using them on stream a couple days ago. And some people are still confused or it's not working for them, and I offered to make a video and they said sure, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the video. So, one thing I should mention before I start the video is my computer does not actually have an SD card reader. Typically, I use my laptop for this, but for the sake of the ease of recording and everything, I'm using my desktop. So, instead of an SD card, which you will need, I'm going to be using... I copied all the stuff from my SD card, minus what you're going to have to make it install, and... I just put that on a flash drive. When I actually go to the Wii, it will be the SD card. So you will need an SD card. I'm just replacing the SD card part with a flash drive that I have on hand. And the other thing is, I'm going to assume that your Wii is already homebrewed, because this is not going to be a Wii homebrew tutorial. This is just going to be how to set up the practice codes. So if your Wii is not homebrewed, I can guarantee you can find tutorials on how to do that elsewhere on YouTube or online in general, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to assume that that's already done and taken care of. Anyway, what you're going to want to do, if I could speak, is go to this link, speedrun.com/sms/thread/UE3G9/1 #QA4SC, and that will take you to this thread, the SMS practice codes thread, specifically this post by Circonator with the version 1.4 of the practice codes, which is the most up-to-date version of the practice codes. And this link will be included in the description as well. And click here to get the updated practice codes. Here is a changelog of all of the things. Here's a nice nifty image that tells you how to use them. I recommend doing what I did and right-clicking and saving that image, it's somewhere here, saving image as, and keeping that on hand on your computer. Just so you, unless you have this already memorized, which is great, you have a quick, easy-to-use visual guide on how to use them. But we're here to download the codes. You're going to want to click here. It will take you to a Google Drive link with practice codes 1.4.zip. Go ahead and download that. Save file. This is just going to go to my downloads folder, which I have here. Hard drive downloads right here. Practice codes version 1.4.zip. You're going to need an archive program, for lack of a better term. 7-zip, WinRAR, either of those work just fine. Right-click this, extract here, and you will get two folders, apps and codes. You are going to want to, I'm just going to go ahead and delete that for ease of use. You're going to want to go into the apps folder, copy Nintendo 4434, and then go to your SD card and paste that into the apps folder. And then go to the codes folder and copy the codes for the codes file for the region that you have. So if you are using NTSCU, you would use GMSE01. If you're using NTSCJ, which I am, you would use GMSJ01, and if you're using PAL, you would use GMSP01. I'm using the JP version of Sunshine. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this here, and then go back to my quote-unquote SD card. And here, in the root of my SD card, I'm going to create a folder called Games. And then in the Games folder, I'm going to create a folder that has the same code as the cheats file for the codes. So that's not a G, GMSJ01, and then I'm going to put in here the cheat file for the game. If you are not using a disk for these, you are using an ISO, you would have to put the ISO in here, and name it game. so all lowercase, just game, you would put the ISO in the same folder as the cheats, and you would be good to go there. I'm booting from disk, as if you are speedrunning this game, you should have a disk anyway, as SD or USB loading is not accepted for speedruns, so I'm assuming you also have a disk. I'm just saying in case you don't, or if you want to practice in a different region than what you have for whatever reason, that would be your option. But if you have a disk, you should have a disk. You don't need to worry about putting an ISO in here, just boot off of your disk. So once you are done with that, that's all it really takes to from the file aspect of it. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my Wii, and with my actual SD card with all of this stuff already installed, and I will take it from there. Okay, now over on your Wii, it is not 8:34 a.m. My time on my Wii is off, Jesus Christ. Anyway, over on your Wii, you want to go to the Homebrew channel, and hit start, and then it should lead you to a thing with all of your Homebrew apps. As you can see, the only ones I have are Gecko and Nintendo, because I really only use Homebrew for region unlocking in my Wii. But you're going to want to go to Nintendo and load that up. Wait for it to initialize and access your SD card and whatnot. Check storage devices, which means accessing the SD card. This part takes a little bit. And then select SD. And then I have Melee in here for a different reason. But boot GC disk in drive is what you will probably be doing. Which I have actually need to put my JP Sunshine in the disk drive. That's important. Put Sunshine in your disk drive if it's not already. Don't feel like I need to say that, but I'm an idiot and didn't do that, so there you go. And then you're going to want to press B to go to the settings on a GameCube controller now. And turn cheats on, because that will allow you to use the practice codes. If you don't have cheats on, then the codes aren't going to work. Any of these other stuff you don't have to mess with. I just have force progressive on, so I don't have to hold B when I start the game up to access the progressive scan mode. So once that's done, once you turn cheats on, and progressive if you want to turn it on, you're going to want to just boot the disk. Loading. Please wait. There's a lot of loading in this. And then it might go to like a black screen for a little bit, but it will load it. Don't worry. If you did it right, it will load it. Especially if you're booting from a disk. It'll load it. And then, as you can see, it's asking me if I want to boot it in progressive scan mode. I'm going to say yes. And then it is going to turn into... Wait for it. Taking a bit, switching to progressive scan mode. And then... press start. And boom! We got JP Sunshine in here. I'm going to put my memory card in. Why is it saying my memory card? I don't know. I don't know why it's saying my memory card doesn't have JP files on it, because my memory card very much has JP files on it. I use it when I'm doing Sunshine. Unless it's the wrong memory card, but it's not. So, let me go ahead and open up my picture with the code stuff in it, because I'm dumb and don't have them memorized. Or at least don't have any of them memorized. So, if I wanted to now practice, say... Rico 2. I'm gonna hold C upright, hold L, and then when I enter the file, I have to have these holding as it fades out. And then, boom! It's gonna load me into Rico 2. And then I'm gonna go ahead and come over here and do a quick practice session. But that's really it. That's all you have to do to install the practice codes. They're really easy, and they save so much time in practicing this game. It's ridiculous. Like, hello? That was strange. They save so much time in practicing this game because you don't have to enter and exit levels every time you wanted to practice something. You don't have to have a practice file ready. You can just do it. It's so easy. That was bad. This entire thing is gonna go pretty badly because I haven't practiced this in like a day, and I need to actually have a practice session today anyway. So this could be yeah, that's not gonna work. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this. Now you see why I need to practice. Oh, now you see why it's so important to install practice codes, yeah? Oh yeah, and then if you want to reload the same level, you would just hold Z, exit area, wait for the fade out, and then boom, it'll bring you back to where you were. So yeah, that is how to install and use SMS practice codes. I will have links in the description to the things that you would need to download, or really the thing that you would need to download. And that's it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, I would appreciate it if you would leave a like, a comment, maybe even a favorite. And if you really enjoyed this video, found it super helpful, and are looking forward to more like this, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing if you haven't already. Really helps me out a lot, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!